All right, Shalom. First and foremost, all praise and glory is unto Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem HaRakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders at the great millstone, and greetings, salutations, and blessings unto the elect. We're going to get right into it. This is Brother Shaquat from the Las Vegas camp. And you Jakes are so caught up in the confusion of Babylon, you don't know what's going on. Okay, so, and what I mean by that is you shouldn't be participating in this. You're the children of Israel that in the Holy Bible the Most High chose to be his own special people. And a lot of you know that, or have heard that at least, but you still participate or want to participate in all the things that are going on in the confused state of this place. All right, so I'm going to get right into it and play the videos. I got a couple clips. I'm going to bring a couple scripts, and we're going to close out.
If I wanted to keep people right where they are, I would give them handouts. And I would convince them that I'm giving them these handouts because I care about them. But in actuality, I'm only pinching them off crumbs so that they can stay where they are. Because if they make more than what I'm giving them, they're going to start to rise up. And once they rise up, my establishment and I can't capitalize off of that. Also, let's take away school choice. Because if we give them school choice, they might choose a school that causes them to have above average education. And if too many of those guys get above the poverty line, we're fudged because we can't capitalize off of that. And if somebody came in that actually tried to raise these guys up and lift them up as a culture, I would just convince them that that guy's a racist. And I know it will work because these people have a history of racism and they're deeply triggered by it. It's a plan they can't ever figure out. Also, they don't understand that I'm actually supporting bills that are locking them up by the boatload, and I'm getting paid off of that too. It's phenomenal. If I wondering why I can't figure it out. Why do I support Donald Trump? If I'm a Christian, why am I supporting the mean, angry, cussing Donald Trump? That's a good question. I'm not supporting him. At least not in the way that you're thinking. See, anybody that would ask that question is generally liberal or a never Trumper. And y'all like candidates because you like them personally as if you know them. You like their personality. You're attracted to them. You like the way they talk, the way they speak. And that's how y'all get trapped. Because anybody can come along talking nice, looking cute, saying all the right thing, and be the worst snake in the grass you've ever seen. I support Trump because his actions support his ideologies, and his ideologies line up with my Christian values. So I vote for facts and Christian ideology. And to be honest, Trump's personality has grown on me too.
Which political party founded the KKK?
The Republican Party, of course.
Probably Republicans.
Wrong.
Wrong?
The Democrat Party.
Are you serious? For real?
You know which party abolished slavery?
Which party? Yeah, that was the Democrat Party.
It's actually the Republicans.
Really?
Abraham Lincoln was a Republican?
Okay. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Which political party gave African Americans the right to vote?
Oh, the right to vote. It's the
Yeah.
Democrats. Democrats?
You can go with the Democrat.
Republican.
Republican. Yeah, well, all right. Okay.
Yeah.
Is that
It's the
right?
Republicans.
Oh, I thought it, really?
Republicans. It's 2 in a row. Good job, man. Do you know which political party had the first black congressman?
I feel like this is a trick question. Are all these answers Republican?
Well, this one is Republican.
I'm not shocked about the Democrats.
Fair enough. The Republicans were founded as the anti-slavery party.
All right, so yeah, we ran through a few clips, and you can see the minds of the people, man. Are you so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, particularly you Negroes? were pretty much the study in this video here of the images and clips that I showed. Okay, because you guys are making a big deal about it. Now, I couldn't find the clip. Matter of fact, I'm gonna see if I can find. I'm gonna try to end it with that clip. I'll try to end it with that clip. Yeah. Or you Latinos, man, in Florida, man, singing for this guy, singing to an Edomite, okay? But before I do that, I'm just going to get into these scriptures, which this is 1 Samuel, the 8th chapter. It says, and said unto him, behold, thou art old. This is the 5th verse. It says, and he said unto him, behold, thou art old, and thy sons walk not in thy ways. Now make us a king to judge us like all the nations. Hey, we were supposed to be separate from the nations, pursuing the Deuteronomy, the 7th chapter. All right, the 6th verse, and above those other nations. Okay, we didn't need a king. We had the Most High God. Okay. So, but the thing displeased Samuel, and they said, give us a king to judge us. And Samuel prayed unto the Lord. Okay. Let me jump down. Because people asked the Lord for a king. Let me see, get to the good parts. Yeah, telling you the downside. And Samuel broke down the downside. Okay, the Most High told Samuel the downside of having a king over you. Oh, it's right here, verse 2. 1 Samuel chapter 9, verse 2. It says, and he had a son whose name was Saul, a choice man and a goodly. And there was not among the children of Israel a goodlier person than he. From his shoulders and upward, he was higher than any of the people. He was taller than the other people. And he looked good, and he was a choice young man. All right? Meaning, Jake chose him because of how he looked and that he was taller than everybody. Okay? Let's see what we got here. Yep, it's 1 Samuel 15. It says, Samuel said unto Saul, the Lord Yahweh sent me to anoint thee to be king over his people, over Israel. Now therefore hearken thou unto the voice of the words of the Lord Yahweh. Meaning, even though we don't need a king because we can just hearken directly unto the Most High through the voice of the prophets, the Most High is gonna speak through the king, Saul. Okay, and our kings, he said, I'll speak through you, but you got to hearken. Now, we know how that turned out. Okay, but that's not what happened. Okay, when he was given a commandment, Saul went his own way and did his own thing. That's why it was taken from him and given unto David. All right, but that's the issue. Our people always seek somebody for what they look like, for the simplicity of the person, not for the integrity and the inner. Okay, and we shouldn't be choosing Donald Trump or Joe Biden or any of those guys. Our people should have all voted for Kanye West, to tell you the truth, because that's a Jake if it was about those three. Okay, if it was about us voting to uphold America, which this place is going to be destroyed anyway. It don't matter who gets in there. One of these guys is going to get this place completely destroyed. Okay, because that's the prophecy of the Most High. Because we were told through Moses not to choose. The Most High told Moses for us not to choose. Matter of fact, let me grab it. Yeah, everybody's been grabbing this. It says, Deuteronomy 17, verse 15, thou shalt in any wise set him king over thee. 14 say, yep. It says, when thou art come into the land which, verse 14, when thou art come into the land which the Lord Yahweh thy power giveth thee, and shall possess it, and shall dwell therein, and shall say, I will set a king over me, like as all the nations that are about me. And that was prophesied there, and it came to pass in the time of Saul and Samuel. Okay. Thou shalt in any wise set him king over thee, whom the Lord Yahweh shall choose. One from among thy brethren shalt thou set king over thee. And we know when the Most High, or people chose Saul, but the Most High chose David. And when King David was there, what did he do? He conquered all the nations. He conquered the known world. Okay? And then him that came after him was also chosen of the Most High God, Yahweh, was King Solomon. So we had 30 years of ruling over all the other nations with King David, and then we had 40 years of peace with King Solomon. That's the difference of what happens when the Most High chooses who's over us, of our own people, to rule over our own people, of a so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, a fellow Israelite, not one of these Edomites ruling over us, not someone of another nation like Hamite Barack Obama. That's not an Israelite. Okay? It says, thou shalt in any wise set him king over thee, whom the Lord Yahweh shall choose. It says, one from among thy brethren shalt thou set king over thee. Thou mayest not set a stranger over thee, which is not thy brother. Okay? And it tells you that he would multiply riches over you, and then he would put the Most High put us back in Egypt. All right, but let me get this, because you people think we're free because we can vote. And they laid it on thick. PBS was playing the right to vote videos. They had 2 years of movies coming out. A friend of my friend, an enemy is my friend, or whatever that movie was with the black woman and the white man, the Ku Klux Klan man, or whatever. The Best of Enemies. Something like that, I think it was. They had a bunch of these revolt and you black and black power movies and all this, Black Panther. They had all this stuff going on all these years, putting subliminal messages into you. Not realizing that you're missing the fact of whom our king truly is. And when he returns, what he's going to do. Now I'm going to read this in Baruch, the 3rd chapter. It says, I'm going to start at 3, but the point is in 7 and 8. Particularly 8, it says, remember not the iniquities of our forefathers. Because you go into civil rights and all that, and they taught us to do this. But this was also what they did in the time of Saul. Okay, when Saul was the king. Okay, it says, but think upon thy power and thy name now at this time. For thou art the Lord Yahweh, our power, and thee, O Lord, will we praise. And the elect are praising the Most High. Okay? Those that have been called into this thing are praising and calling on the name of the Most High. Okay, so for this cause thou hast put thy fear in our hearts, to the intent that we should call upon thy name and praise thee in our captivity. And that's what we're doing. We're calling on the Most High, Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. So we're calling on the Most High God Yahweh and his only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai. Let me get an image of him. Okay, I just grabbed any one. Okay, let's go back down to where we was at. Verse 7, it says, for this cause thou hast put thy fear in our hearts, to the intent that we should call upon thy name and praise thee in our captivity, for we have called to mind all the iniquity of our forefathers that sinned before thee. Okay, we'll praise thee in thy captivity. And this is what our king, the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords, okay, that they put a crown of thorns on, but he gonna get all the crowns of the other nations when he returns. Let me get that image. So this is a true image that was painted of what our Messiah looked like. Okay, it says ancient image of the Messiah found all over Europe. You can go image to image and you see these were real paintings. Dark-skinned men. Okay, look, dark skin. Okay, Russian icons of Jake. See, the white horse. Look at this. Look at these images. All of that. Yahweh Shai with a brown skin. Looking for that one, man. Okay, look at this. I'm just scrolling through. We're gonna roll with this one now. Okay, and it says, behold, verse 8, behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us, for a reproach and a curse, and to be subject to payments, according to all the iniquities of our fathers, which departed from the Lord Yahweh our power. Okay, this is the king we should be calling on. You know, the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, the Most High God Yahweh, and His only begotten Son, King that will be King on the earth, Yahweh Shai, and under Him King David. Okay, Malak Dawadah. Okay, we should be calling on them, particularly Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. That's who we should be calling on. We shouldn't be calling for Joe Biden. Come and save us, Joe. Joe Biden, you're the answer. Come and save us. And that's why it makes it funny, the image I left with the Rothschilds, man. Up there said all these slaves debating over who gonna run the plantation. Who gonna run the plantation? It's stupid, man. With our king, Yahweh Shai is coming back to do what the plans of Yahweh through the prophecy is to put us on top into rulership, man. But y'all want to worry about how good y'all living in captivity? How good y'all want to be living under an Edomite, our enemy? Yeah, our people are lost mentally, man. But this is who we should be calling on. This is who we should be voting for. Okay. So with that, I'm gonna close out, giving all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Arakakodash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders at the great millstone. And I just want to add this into it. The longer we call on somebody of our own, not of our nation, the longer we go stay in captivity. Until the elect are sealed, and we're calling Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, will we get out of this and rule the world? Okay, rule the galaxy. Okay, and be the elite of the world. So with that, I'm going to close out, giving all praise and glories unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Arakakodash, double honor to the apostles and the elders at the great millstone, and greetings, salutations, and blessings unto the elect. Until the next one, Shalom.